Hello there everyone, it's Mark3 and do you think it might be a bit of factory time? Factory for the sake of factory? We gather the shapes to feed the endless void? Yeah. I picked this one up because I wanted something nice, and then I spent a bit of time on it, which is has helped me these past few weeks. That's kind of been silent time for me. I think I needed it though. I am feeling better because of that. But yeah, here we are. Shapez 2. It is a factory game. It's a sequel. The original Shapez was just like a top-down one, but this one has actually gone full 3D, and they've done a really amazing job with it. You know me, I'm a bit of a sucker for games that are presented really well, and so here we are. I will be playing a new game. I will be setting up challenge mode because honestly I feel like on normal I build a factory, and then by the time I'm building the next factory, the first factory's finished its production run is no longer needed, so I have to just tear it down again. It's just like, yeah. But this is going to be YT Challenge. I know, very, very original naming scheme here. YT Challenge, and I'm going to be aiming at insane. I could go hexagonal, which is completely new for the series. Oh, I also got Shapez 2 is early access, by the way. They're planning to bring in a new game mode. But right now they haven't, so I'm going for that. But for now, I'm going to be launching into operator certification, which is the tutorial for this first episode, so that I can show you guys what this one's basically about. I also plan to get Factorio Space Age DLC, which released recently. So, why is it that so many things just keep happening at the same time, and I can't do everything? If anyone ever figures out mitosis and have multiple bodies working with a single controlling consciousness, please let me know. I think I need the upgrade. I need the firmware upgrade really badly. Anyway, we go into the void, just there. It was originally the research center, if I recall. But yeah, here we go. Welcome to certification. Thank you for signing up. You did sign up, right? No, I'm here against my will. Either way, the Vortex requires us to evaluate your factory operator skills before issuing your operator certification. Simply deliver the requests and Shapez as efficiently as possible. That's it. I told you, that's its core. We feed the void. That's it. We might reward you with new upgrades and technologies based on your performance. And you can have as many buildings as you want, but please don't damage them. We still need them for the next participant. So, yeah. The actual buildings don't cost anything. I spend a special resource for copying blueprints. That's something that activates in challenge mode or in custom mode. The other two lower difficulties, it doesn't kick in. But anyway, I will strive for efficiency and build no spaghetti factories. The video that convinced me, I think, decided to get this one was Josh's Game It Out. I will not build spaghetti factories. It's Josh from Let's Game It Out. He built such a glorious tangle, including like a pastry weave and all that stuff into it. So he agreed to that and then just did it anyway. I will not damage any buildings. Right now, I don't think I can damage any buildings, but sure. I do love it when they do stuff like that. So, basic tutorial for extractors. Okay, I should explain a little bit. So, resource patches, this is where the resources come from. This is the void. This is the vortex that we feed all of our shapes to. See, just channel them down into the nothingness. These are extractor platforms extensions. These come by default with one set of 4. Then one of these adds another one, and up to 4 max. And that's how you get fiction ones. See, there's different colours, there's different combinations. There's different ways we can process these things as we go along. But for now, I will place 4. And because I know I'll need them, I'll put down more. So, basic belts. The only thing about the tutorial is it does hold your hand a little bit. As in, it specifically wants you to do things where it marks them, so you kind of have to do that. So you see, I've already made a mistake there because I turned these around. There you go. So, comes to this platform. These platforms are a limited resource. These things actually cost to have, but it's a full refund, and it's like a couple of points depending on which one you put down. These are going to get flung straight across the gap. Whee! Off you go. And then we go ahead and fling them into the void. And that's all you need to know. So, I know, complex, isn't it? And I'll just go ahead and string in some extra stuff because I'm going to need some stuff. I will also... Let's get ahead, unless the tutorial decides that I'm being a very naughty boy, which it probably will. Oh yeah, pressing C bar, I can anchor things. I'm going to start feeding it some squares as well, because we're going to need them. I don't have any processing machines just yet, but let's go on now. Thanks for signing up, you did time rights. There we go, today. Yep, just tell them what I said before. Now, because I picked challenge mode, that means that I have to deliver more for each of these objectives. So these objectives are noticeably bigger. The thing is, 60 and 15, this is absolutely puny. This is a drop in the ocean compared to what you'll ask later, which is thousands upon thousands. But this is also what we got started with. So, cutting mode. This is a cutter. It does calculate based on the building performance compared to your belts how many you'll need. You can upgrade those independently though. So it's overall rate and how many you need to make a full belt of the converter thing. This is a cutter, but it actually it disintegrates half the thing. So it's not exactly a cutter. It's just like it's a selective evaporator. Is probably the best way to put it. Notice, by the way, it's also giving me an objective to do this to the squares as well. So I'll go ahead and lay some of those in. Let's go ahead and lay 2 sets in, just to get things rolling a little bit more. I'll do the same over here. See what I mean about this being a bit of a chill time, really. That said, though, worth noting is it does give you a thing out here. I'll tell you later on in the tutorial, but these have different icons depending on what's going on. If it's grey, you've delivered enough. Sorry, no. If it's grey, it's needed. You've delivered enough. If it's green, it needs it actively right now for an active milestone. If it's red X, it's basically something you don't need anymore. You can just stop delivering that to the Vortex. The Vortex is getting angry with you. Stop annoying the Vortex. The Vortex is not your friend. I'm just going to kick this one up a notch. And actually perfect timing. It's about to tell us about rotator arrays. So let's go ahead and install a set here, since I'm installing a set here anyway. Then cut again. And this will deliver quarters, because we're taking our halves and then knocking them all the way down to quarters, and then we're throwing those into the void. Off we go. Whee. Yeah, see what I mean about it being very specific about it. I've built sets of things like this, but it's not doing it. So this is kind of hand-holdy. I think just having the video would be enough for most people to get a grip on what's going on. Yeah, here we go. Vortex accepts any shaped rotation. You just have to get the combination in the layout correct. That's all you need. And right now it wants those. Let's go ahead and install that. Actually, that's wrong. That's wrong. I'm doing great. I know what I'm doing. You can trust me, right? Yeah, totally. Oh, you right. As you can see, though, out of 90. So this is why I took a quick poke at this when I first started the game, and then it's like I stopped and went back to it, because it's like it is a little bit much when you're first starting out on challenge mode and you're not quite familiar with it. But later on, this really is nothing. It's so easy, because like if you build like 4 belts at a time, it's just like you'll burn straight through all of this. I admit having the copy paste functionality is also a big help too. And now it's telling me I can use shift for select or shift for delete and stuff like that. That's all very good. Oh, and even while trying to get something faster, it's unlocked it. You see? You see what I mean? They don't last as long as you would think at all. So here we go. Stack on the second floor. Rewarded with a stacker, second floor, allowing you to shape stacks into multi-layer factories. Let's see what you can do with them. Okay. So, our next objectives. By the way, what we can do is we can actually prepare and deliver these as is, without them being unlocked, because it will track what you deliver head on. So this is just circle and square. This is half circle and square. And that's a quarter circle and square. We don't have the splitter yet, sadly. It would be nice if I had the splitter. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab some stuff. Let's grab a quarter. Actually, no, I need sizably more of the quarter one, so I'll prepare for an extra rack of those. Just because I can. That's to lead. I'm going to put in. This is also a game I've noticed that it's very easy for me to get just like caught up, like going, I'm building, I'm clicking, I'm dragging, I'm preparing the ground, and then spend absolutely far longer than I ever realised just laying out the factories in it. So that is something worth noting. Also worth noting, by the way, is you can actually rotate things without shape complete. What? Am I living for a task? Anyway, these are tasks, they give you research points, they help you unlock stuff. Very useful. Milestones are progression tiers, they tend to be bigger orders, but these guys give you points to do tech upgrades, which is all over here. So, belts, cutting, stacking. More importantly, the cutter machines, swapper machines, trash slots, different rotation options. A bench stacker, I've never actually built one of those. Third floor, which is an amazing upgrade when you get to it. Things like that. So it is very useful to do some of this stuff. Stackers are slow, so yeah, they need 6 of these guys to handle. But I will prepare a bank of stackers here, 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 and here. Now the problem is I've actually mislaid that. I need to move it 1 down. Yeah, like that. That's what I need. Actually, that's wrong as well. I needed 2 down. And this is where the copy-paste function would be very nice to have, but I don't have it yet. So, in there, I think that's the right way around, isn't it? That is the right way around. Squares underneath. Yes. Then bring the halves down here. And you can already see that this thing is very good for very quickly, very rapidly doing it, considering that a lot of this stuff is free to build, but that doesn't mean it's going to be straightforward to build. It's very easy to make mistakes. Like I just did there. Like that, thank you. Now then, run this up here. Here, and then raise it a level, and there we go. We've got this little over-under lift system which just moves the shape up to where we want it. And the way the stacker works is, as you will have seen from the actual thing. Let's actually lift this one up here. the way the stacker works is it drops things down on top of it, and then it compresses. So anything that's on a higher layer winds up getting smaller. There is a limit to this as well, but that doesn't come into play until much later. But there we go. So we are producing square circles, we're producing half version, and we're producing 2 rows of the quarter version. And so this is going to be absolutely fine for delivery. And that's half of my objective set up quickly, relatively cleanly, and with only a handful of mistakes. Yeah, you see what I mean about these paddle lifts, though. And there's the stacker. Drop it in, and then it nudges them down. You can see they've got wedge-shaped compression units on there. And then just push them off, and then off they go. Right, that's half my job done. I don't need you guys. Actually, I'm too high out. I'm in the bigger thing. I don't need you guys. Okay, right. What do I need for the other half of the objective? I require squares. Stacked squares and opposite squares. I wish I had the cutter for this. The cutter is a resource multiplier, effectively, because instead of destroying half, it splits half off. It's so useful, but it's also more complex to work into the system too. So, yeah. Quarter, stack quarter. You know what, actually, I think my best option would actually be to go for research and get access to my cutting machine. So, let's check my tasks. What have I got? Go away, thank you. 3 or 4 stack squares. Ouch. The thing's, you know, I went for complexity. This counts as part of the complexity. Very much so. I think I'll just stack. I should know what I'm doing. I don't need that. Right. Each of these can feed a bank of 3 stackers. And then that will be my thing going on. Yes, I am tying up all output of everything I've got access to right now, but that is because I'm using destroyers, which is limiting my efficiency. If I had access to the cutters, I could flip them around, I could rotate the pieces, I could salvage the parts as needed. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to split off a feed so that, yep, this is half required for one belt, but it's only going to be half a belt going into each input side of it. And then that's going to make the circle stacks. And I can actually... The way the game intends you to do this is... It intends you to repurpose existing lines, and that's why it lays out the shapes in the way it does. So it's like every stage is an intermediate step for a more complex shape a little bit deeper into the same objective list. And the game intends you to actually retool and adjust your production patterns as you go. Like this one is doing squares. I do have the dual and the 4 set stairs. If I could copy and paste, I would just grab the same loadout from my circle setup up there. I would. But it's not. Because I don't have that function just yet. And I'll be honest, despite having access to the copy paste feature, one of the reasons I've spent so long just putting factories together in this game is I keep doing it by hand. Every time I do a production line, I've just not really been saving blueprints very much, so it's just like, I have been doing that. It's a bit of a bad habit. That's making 2 stacks. Is that a task, or... I should actually pin these. So that's pinned, also pinned because it's active. This one is required for this one, so I will let it run. I was actually looking at this one, which is the 3 and 4 step ones. So slightly different there. But for now, I'll deliver the 2s. In you go. And my milestones are actually, yeah, the quarters. I think I have to wait until I get another system freed up. Because all that stuff is being accepted still. I've just realised there is a task I want to pin as well. Recycling milestone shapes, which is square circle combination. So it's actually taking these and repurposing them a bit. I think I've pinned that one too, actually. That's taking along. The actual base part is kind of getting there. It just needs a bit more time. And they see things just like slowly ticking up. Part of the reason it's so sluggish at the start is because I don't have any belt upgrades or things yet. Upgrades points are slow to get at the start, but it's like they are, you see, 50% increase for each level, and it's only 2 points to get my first upgrades as well. What's that? Pin task completed. It is that one. Take it. Thank you. I got a research point. It says research has been unlocked, so it's telling me about it now, but I've already been there a couple of times. You've already seen it a few times. It wants the halved version of that. So one set of cutters coming right up. I think is I have to make sure to chop off the line here. Oops. And accidentally cut that off too. If I don't cut off the line, it'll keep on delivering, which is not what I want. I want to actually divert output to produce the halves. Honestly, the 50% speed upgrade on belts and things, it's great, but it's the whole, it doesn't affect everything. Belt launchers, conveyor belts, extractors, and rotators. It doesn't affect the destroyers or stackers though. So that means there's inefficiencies if you upgrade individual things as you go. Oh, you're done. Wait, did I cut you off too early? I don't think I did. No, you are done. And you are done as well. So I can cut you in half. Of course, I'll put the thing. I do sometimes forget. It auto snaps it based on where you're putting it. So it tries to match it to your conveyors, and sometimes just I move it into place and rotate it by reflex. It's a bit of a bad habit of mine. You are also required. There we go. Okay, that should about do that one. So now I'm starting to produce the first one of that repurposed shapes line. Just the squares and circles, quarter opposites. And if I press O, I had two selected, so that sets those lines, and just tear them out. So you can just tear out all attached machines to a given line, if that's what you desire to do. You are completed. Notice, by the way, as you get deeper into these, the points value does increase as well, so that's now got 4 points sitting around. It does want me to do the objective of use and upgrade, so it wants me to unlock an upgrade. Ah, okay. It's not telling me what upgrade it wants me to do, so I'm going to sit on that for a little bit longer because I want to get the upgrades I so covet very much. I want the cutter machines. Until I unlock platforms, I need more stuff. Flat out. This one, my current objective only unlocks blueprints, and then the next one unlocks space platforms. So I might as well be working on this one's upgrades as we go. Making those quarters for this set here. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're not sure about shape, you can just click on the shape directly and it'll give you this. You can also unstack it for a breakdown or spread things out for a clear view. That's not a very good indication of that. So that's unstacked, that's separated to give you a clear picture, so you can use it to figure out what the hell you're trying to make. Just try and figure things out. But anyway, this one is going to be producing a row of those. Very tasty. And then I need the combined. Actually, no, that is the combined version I'm making as well. I'm actually making both of these now. Excellent. This is the one I'm not making. Also notice, by the way, blueprint points and rewards too. That's the resource used for copying and pasting. There is stuff you can constantly deliver for operator rank points, and if you got blueprints costs unlocked, blueprint points for blueprinting stuff. So there are some things you want to have permanent factories for. The rest of it's all a bit more temporary. Yeah, see, that was starting to tick up a bit now as well. Not done the pyramid shape yet, but that's also one that's a bit awkward because it'll tie up multiple inbound stacks. You're done. Okay. Actually, 6 points. Cutter. Give me the cutter. Yeah, cutter. Here we go. One of the vital tools has been locked. Right. What do I want to do? I want... Well, you aren't needed right now, so I'll cut you off. I do need your output. Actually, I still need you flat out. Whoops, my bad. Am I making that? No, I'm not making that anywhere else. Okay, yeah. So I need that one to keep ticking on, at least for the time being. Sorry, you're good. You go ahead. In fact, I'll just double down. Get that set up there, and I'll start looking at this one. So for this one, I'm gonna need to produce. With a splitter, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 2 square shapes and 1.5 circle shapes of what I need. And this one's the cutter machine right here. And this is where having a 180-degree thing would be quite nice, but I don't have that, so that's more points for something which is more compact machine-wise. Wait, no, I said I needed... Yeah, I just need the 2. You see, I'm already starting to confuse myself a little bit. Anyway. This will produce the same thing in a more compact arrangement, so having it on the upper level is going to be fine. This will split out 2 shapes into the required sets of half shapes, which will come out in the same orientation. Am I misremembering? Yeah, I'm not doing this right. This is 4. There's meant to be a 4th row. My bad. My apologies. This is where I would just simply copy-paste it, because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing! How dare you! I know what I'm doing! Ah, no. I do make mistakes sometimes. Like, I've just realised, actually, those ones I've just been twisting around the belts with, I never actually finished the hookup on the top layer. Like that. So little things that sneak in far too easily. Anyway, that's producing the halves. I actually do need both of those to be stacked. So go ahead and work that into here. That'll stack. Okay, you're actually done. Do I need you anywhere else? The quarter piece? I think... Well, there's that there, which I could do with it, but I want to peel off... I want to peel off a couple of belts worth of just solid squares at this point. So I'll go ahead and break this one down. There we go. Producing those. Now I need the circles. So the circles, you are also done. At least right now. And we're already making the required extra thing, so that's okay. Scrap you out completely. I do require a set, so I'll strap you, I'll merge you. You're going to come out normal. But then I'm actually going to feed you into a half destroyer, because I do not require a full set for one of these. Oops. Come on, there we go. Yes, that'll do. Wait. Oh, this one's doing it wrong. Okay, that's why. You see, that's what I said. Little things can creep in quite easily in this game. There we go. But the fact that it shows up here what's going to appear at the last point in the production belt is very handy. So that's going to have those. That's going to have those. And this should actually go to a set of rotators, just to get it the other way around. Like so. This one's a set of cutters. This one is going to be a set... Sorry, that's a set of destroyers. That's a set of cutters. E. Have I done this wrong? I feel like I've done this wrong. Have I done this wrong? I've got a piece I don't need. I've accidentally set up for another half stack double, which is fine. We actually need that quarter thing over there, so that is useful still. I'll just have to rework it in something else. So yeah, we can press V to hide upper floors if we want to have a look at certain things like that. So very useful. I will. Okay, let's implement this into another cutting bank. Like so. Just palladium. Yes. And this is where the counterclockwise rotator would actually be very handy. You know what, fine, let's grab that one, because it is... Oh, it's 4. Dang it. Well, I guess reworking. This is like, yeah. Why did I invite you into a chill time like this when I knew I'd make mistakes. I knew I would just be... Yeah. I knew I'd muck some stuff up. There we go. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't be doing that. This is a full belt. It's going to make a full belt. I should be smirked. Yes, I know. I'm being Mark 3 being smirked. What heresy is this? I have a reason. I have a reason. And that is, since I need the alternate pieces, I'm going to cut as is because they are now in a position where the cutters can do it. By the way, having the actual cut and delete face doesn't actually change based on rotation of the piece. That's static, as you can see. So I can't just. I have to actually rotate the incoming pieces to adapt as needed. So that's why I'm doing that. They've actually installed the cutters down there. There we go. So now we've got that. And these guys are not quite correct. But we are producing a full belt. Well, full two belts, which will merge into one full belt. I should just go ahead and rotate something. I'll rotate this one to match. That's one belt of those. And then I'll rotate this one to match. That's one belt of those. And that's what we need. Alternate sides. That's all we need. Slap in a stacker set. Ta-da! We have ourselves the quote-unquote reuse of previous pieces, which I slapped in an entirely new machine in for. I just have to laugh at myself sometimes. Anyway, back to what I was doing before I got sidetracked. That's another thing about this game. It sidetracks me really easily sometimes. It's like, I want to do a thing. Oh wait, hang on a sec. There's this other thing that needs my attention. I'm going to do the other thing. It's like, no. Finish what you're doing. No. But yeah, here we go. So, feed that into there. This one's on the correct line for that. Let's feed up for you. And this will produce the double square single circle, and this will produce the double square double circle, both of which I need. So let's feed you into there actually. And there we go. Glorious mess of a factory. Well, not really. It's actually pretty functional, but it's just like, it does take me half a minute to kind of do this stuff, you know? But that's going to deal with both of those two at the same time. That's one's being dealt with up there. Okay, what do I want to do next? I do not have alternating circles. Sorry, alternating squares. I need 1,000 of them too. Objective tasks tend to be pretty chunky. But honestly, they're not massively chunky compared to some of the stuff we get later on in the research tasks. So it's just like, yeah, keep on going. So, alternating squares. I can get a cutter bank in here. And actually, I've delivered to you, but the problem is it's not unlocked yet. So I can't actually cash it in for points. But I don't need that piece anymore, supposedly. What was I doing? What? Yeah. It's a good indicator I'm slightly out of sorts when I... Yeah. It's like, what the heck was I... I stare at things like, take me a moment. What was I doing? I was doing something, darn it. I was doing something. But anyway, we've now got ourselves a double set of halves coming out from that single source piece. This is why cutters are so valuable. As I said, this multiplies things if you don't need a full shape. Also, first time you've seen this here as well, you can actually stack up on the delivery slots as well. So I can throw things across the void just like that. Also nice. Now, for this one, I'm going to do a cutting array here. Worth noting, by the way, that when you split a thing, it alternates. Oh, I need to rotate. Dang it. Yeah, when you split or when you merge, it does alternate evenly between its inputs or outputs, depending on which one it is. So, if I peel one off on here, it will be an even 50-50 split unless one side backs up. In which case, it will just go ahead and do that. So, I was wondering when this tutorial will pop up. Vortex indicates when you deliver correct shapes. Red cross, not required. Green checkmark, correct, keep delivering. Grey checkmark, you delivered enough of it. Lock, correct, but future upgrade goal. So we are doing one which should have that. I'll go and have a look in a second, just so you can see it. And then blueprint, blueprint shape, challenge difficulty only. So that is the unique one which is being delivered to reimburse me in terms of like blueprint payments, which I can use for copying stuff. So yeah, here we go. Lock. That's been delivered because it is a requirement, but it is something I don't have currently as my goal, or an accessible goal rather. The other piece... Oh, that's interesting. That was not marked as locked, even though that one is locked. Because remember, this one, it's not actually a currently accessible task, because it's locked behind my operator certificate. But that apparently counts as a different kind of lock. Interesting. I was not aware of that one. Anyway. I've got that. This will give me... yeah, I do need to do the whole remerge and then stack these just to get that working properly. There we go. I'm now producing the vaunted and oh so difficult opposite squares. Oh dear. Okay. Sorry, I do find things kind of amusing sometimes. Actually, I need quarter circles. 2 quarter circles for this one. I can get that from here. Let's pull this other feed out. And let's install some cutting machines. I require a full belt of half circles. Excuse me. Which actually should only require like half of these machines. Yeah, I want my copy functionality done. Half of this should require half the machines. This is also kind of like I'll run you back to here, and then if I do that, you can see it actually pops up what's going to happen later on in the chain. So that's a way you can do it without flooding the system with lots of random parts, but it doesn't penalise you for flooding the system with lots of random parts. It just means you'll produce some random shapes at some point. Actually, no, I should be just looking at this, shouldn't I? 2 into 4. Two into 4. Was there a rotator set in here? There was, but just flat out on the outputs, so rotate like that. Then tear that out. Actually do that into there. That is showing us is alternating. Oh, that's because I didn't hook it up the same way. Right. Actually, that would be a more compact arrangement, wouldn't it? Sorry, Iron Mark 3 is in danger of having a brainwave. Ugh. Actually, no, that wouldn't be more compact because it just we still need to do the thing. Never mind, Iron Mark 3 did not have a brainwave. Condition green, it's all normal. Right. Okay, so that is consistently producing that one. Rotates this set by 90. And this set by 90. Then stack. Might as well just plug it in now, to be honest. Because this will produce a full belt, and then of course I'll just tap it straight into there. This one can tap straight into there. And that's going to cause a problem. Okay, what? Okay, got it wrong. This is where the lack of cost comes in. I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. Okay, so that's that. It's also the correct thing to feed straight into this. So I simply require a new stacker set, which will... Actually, I don't even need that. I can just do this. Then stack there. Yeah, I know, this is... If I was at Haddock's third layer, I could have a stacker output straight into a stacker input, but I need the gap to get a belt up into the section behind this one. So I'm just trying to do that, and there we go. Now we're using 3? Have I done the wrong thing? That's not even the piece I need. Right. I am Mark 3, you are a gooseberry sometimes. Right. I need those still. The piece I was looking for is this one, which is all the way over here, actually. So this is the one I should have been monkeying around nearby, but that's okay. I can just drag a feed belt all the way over to it, and that'll be... So that's not wasted effort, what I've just done. Well, it kind of is, but it's not really, because I can still put it to use. So, raise it up, drag it across. Then it will get there. So much for those spaghetti conveyors, eh? But yeah, that'll sort that out into an incorrect merge. That's again okay. I caught it in time because I was double checking, because I was not lining things properly for this particular belt. That should now make the right piece. There we go. Sorted! See? I'm good. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. I'm having way more fun than I thought I would with this. And a large part of that fun, I freely admit, is me laughing at myself and my own ineptitude. Which is how it should be. Okay, right. You're ticking away. You are... Where do you go? You are not doing a thing. Actually, you're ground to a halt because that's not working. Okay. Quarter squares. Don't need you anymore. Actually, I do have a potential use for some of this stuff. And some of this stuff is still needed anyway. Which part's not needed? It is these two belts down here. which are not actually needed anymore. So yeah, let's get rid of those two. Clear out the belts. We're good. Got some objectives. Unlock you. Unlock you. Unlock you. So yeah, see, because I had belts just ticking away in the background, I got points. Also, you're still done and complaining about it. 3 square. I can prepare that objective really easily. This one here. Yeah, I can do that one pretty easy. There's also this one here too, which is 2 square, 1 circle. What? Let's get a circle belt into this area. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right. I need to cut down. Actually, no. I've got 16 belts. I can upgrade things. Let's see. What do I want? I want the 180. Actually, the swapper would be really nice too. Dang it! Dang it all. Where's a nice one for the swapper? Don't have anything in particular that needs the swapper right now, but the swapper is a very handy one to have in some cases. So it's worth looking at the very least. But yeah, this is the one I'm currently looking at, this square one. Requires 3/4. Yeah, just need a minute to process this, hang on. Milestone completed. Excellent. Yeah, I kind of realised I've been miscounting again. I know what I'm doing, yeah, trust me. Okay, so I've got this, I've got another bank set up here ready to accept. This is probably more along the lines of what the game was intended, like shape to shape, step to step progression, rather than doing all the shapes at once, which is what I've been doing in my the game I was chilling out in. But this one is just like producing these basic things. Then the next step is stacking them together, which I've got a set ready here. I'm only tapping half the potential of this belt that I'm taking the quarters from with this setup, so I do need more. But it just results in me needing more shapes in general, honestly. Oh look, I've almost finished that one, so I need to add another circle set to that too. Oh yay, yay, okay. In fact, if I could blueprint, I could just copy that thing, because this is only tapping half the belt too to produce those required bits. So, just about we've got the milestone, actually. Milestone, unlock, yes please, thank you. Yay. Prioritize milestone first, recommend prioritizing milestone shapes first, doing the side tasks while they are being delivered. Yeah. This one though, as you can see, allows me to do blueprinting. Which, sadly, will also cost me resources. So, Shift, then Control C, and I can paste it down. I can also rotate it. I can flip the entire thing if I want to as well. So it's just like it's all pretty darn convenient actually. This shaping. So if I do that, actually, Control V. What does it cost? 200 points to do that. That's my 2,200. So that's actually pretty chunky, even for such a small machine. I do need to get things set up for delivery, but unlocking this has also unlocked this, which is new in this particular with blueprint costing. So I can deliver these shapes to get a steady stream of blueprint points, which is something I should want to be doing. Oh look, I don't need any of those anymore. Do I need those parts for anything? Actually, I could repurpose this one here. Oh yeah, you can't have, by the way, 2 inputs and 2 outputs onto the same thing. You can have 3 to 1, you can have 2 to 1, 1 to 2, all that stuff. But you can't have 2 outputs and 2 inputs because it just doesn't know which way to go sending things. So that's that. This one is stopping. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. But this one will now deliver up here as well. I think you'll also need a rotator. Yeah, it does, because that one requires a rotator. So put that in place, take that out. And then, because I'm sending that up here, I can actually just go ahead and whack in another set of stackers. 6. Oops, and then that'll feed off here, and that'll feed the last shape required in that set. Considering that I've completed that one, so I'll only use that one, and then as soon as... Actually no, I've already got that. Unlock. Yay! More points. Unlock. As I said, it does count if I do the things first. There we go. Hey, sorted. I've got the things. Kinda. You're wrong. Oh, I put in 180s rather than 90s. My bad. There we go. That'll now output the correct shape. Yeah, the points I spent over I've got the 90 counterclockwise, I've got the 180 degree rotator as well, so I've got full bank of rotating options. I didn't unlock anything cutting wise or stacker wise, but I did pick up the first tier of upgrades for belts, cutters and stackers, so those are all moving 50% better. There's also the trash slot as well, which can be used to discard a piece of something, but not really quite there yet. I mean, that is ticking away there, slowly but steadily. Actually, that's done. I can actually pull you now. There we go. Because that 50%, I picked it up because it's like I had more points, and it's like getting everything moving a bit faster means that things will get through faster. Anyway, shocking, I know. Making things faster makes things get done faster. Wow. Another startling revelation about reality by Iron Mark III. Why are you claiming you don't need that? Oh, you've got a couple of random bits coming through which are still mucked up, which haven't cleared the belts yet. That's why you were flickering. Okay. You're okay. I actually do kind of need you, though. Because I have a use for you. As well as I have a use for you guys. You, not so much. You, kinda. What I kind of need, I think, is a machine which will produce these X patterns. And then that'll be very handy to have. And can do it using cutters as well. Just so that it doesn't... it takes the absolute minimum of resources required to put out what it's trying to do. That would actually be very handy to have, I think. Just a blueprint I could put down wherever. So let's try and figure that one out, shall we? Okay, so I need an input piece. You'll do for testing. It helps that I actually need this piece too, actually. So there. Then, in order to apply... Actually, would the flipper be a good thing to have in here? Actually, yeah, the flipper... No, the flipper might not be a... I don't know anymore. All I know is I need more points. Maybe I shouldn't be playing with this just yet. Okay, what can I do for points straight away? Half square plus quarter circle. You are producing something along those lines. You're making double quarter circles. There should be a half circle, a machine in here somewhere, but I just have to find it. Well, there's some half circle cutters producing stacked half circles, actually. Out of stacked circles in stacked half circles. Which I don't need, actually. I need the quarter circles. Actually, yeah, I need to pull. The fact is they're coming out as stacked, though. That's actually slightly getting in my way a little bit. I don't know. Now I'm thinking under pressure, and it's just like, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should just go ahead and have a look-see. But you can see that this game can spiral a bit more out of control pretty quickly when you start umming and ahhing and thinking about things. So it's telling me I can use I to clear shapes and fluids in a section, so just like that. So that's also kind of useful. Actually, if you guys weren't stacked in the first place, would be nice. But that's processing all the way back here. Okay, yeah, I'm not focusing very well, so that is actually marks it as it time to end. I'm just getting too caught up, like second guessing myself. I must be perfect. Must do it right. Must show that I am smart. I can do this. I can do this when my factory's ground to a halt. And well, I do need those pieces going in, but it's like it's very low scale at the moment. Anyway, I thought I'd put a video out on this game just because it is a game I can chill out for, and it's one that's yeah, I do like how it's done, how it's presented, how it's shaping up. If you want to see a bit more about this, or want to see me try and do something with this, please go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, this may or may not return. I'm not entirely sure at this point, but this is something I just wanted to put out there, just because it's like, it's a really good factory game. It really is a nice, clean factory game. Sure, you're producing things to feed into the void, but ultimately, all factory games are kind of like that. You're taking the resources, shaping them, then throwing them into something, and then they go. It's just in this case, it's literally the void. The void demands shapes, and I do hope they kind of develop like a bigger storyline, like following on from the the jokey comments of that first waiver I had to sign at the start. But it's just like, how would they do a storyline in this kind of game? I'm not entirely sure. Factory games sometimes lend themselves to storylines, sometimes don't. Regardless, leave it there. This is MyMark3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps the channel, giving me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. And I'll catch you all some other time. I actually like the music very well. I do like very chill ambient music. I'm also into like techno and trance and stuff. It's just like, this is the kind of music I could just sit and listen to while I'm doing something. Probably why this game seems to flick by so fast too. But yeah, see you all later.